God bless you, Elohim Arlet Dance Ministry of the House of Praise and Worship. Titi Sandy is working on a reflection for you guys this week. This week I've been reading about a lot of about worship, and this week for some reason, like all the reading plans, the Bible verses, everything that I read had to do with a hiding place, a secret place, a place that you can worship. I was reading Psalm 63, and it's a psalm where it talks about David, and David was living at that time in the wilderness of Judah, and he was going through a situation, and he ended up writing this psalm. The psalm, it has to do with David being a worshiper. And it seems that he couldn't wait to worship God. In that situation that he was at, it made him feel like he couldn't wait to worship God. And he somehow had to find a sanctuary in the desert while he was there, to have an encounter with God, to see the power of God in the midst of his worship. And also in that situation that David was, it made him wonder if he was a worshiper. And so when I was reading it, when I was reading the Bible chapter, it also made me realize, and I asked myself, am I a worshiper? Where am I as a worshiper? Where I worship God the best? Do I worship him in my house? Do I worship him those who drive in the car, or whoever's at work? Do I worship him in my room, in the bathroom? Do you guys have a war room, a secret place, a hidden place that you make it as a sanctuary where you can worship God? And it's very important that you have a place where you can just be there, and it's a hiding place, a secret place. It's just a place for you and God alone, for you to worship him, for you to sing, for you to read the Bible, to talk to him, so you can listen also to him. And this is, for those who don't have the place. I know that, we're being at home, and it's now a 24/7 thing where we're just there. And although we're in the house all this time, we still have to find that intimacy with God, that time alone with God. And my suggestion, something that I want to share with you guys, is what I do. I have a closet. There's nothing in the closet. It's just a closet. It's a space. No one goes into the space. It's just myself, and I use it as my war room. And I have a chair, and I have a pillow where I put it, so I can kneel down. I have a Bible. I have a notebook and a pen, because obviously you want to write down everything God is telling you, everything that you see, everything you feel. And I take my phone with me, and I have my headphones, and that's where I pray, and that's where I do my warfare, my worship, my praise, my battles. And although, I can pray anywhere in my house, I need that. You need that space, because no one is going to go in there. You're having to sometimes force yourself to be in that place so you can feel God's presence, and nothing can bother you. And I try to put my phone in silent, like, so I cannot receive any calls and while I'm, praying. So David, in the midst of his situation, was in this place, in the wilderness, and he somehow had to find this place a battleground, a worship place. So the Psalms, which is Psalm 63, it says, "O God, you are my God. I earnestly search for you." Like he was desperate, searching God, desperately searching God. That's what David was doing. "My soul thirsts for you. My whole body longs for you. This is parched and weary land where there is no water. I have seen you in your sanctuary and gaze up on your power and glory. Your unfailing love is better than life itself. How I praise you. I will praise you as long as I live. Lifting up my hands to you in prayer. You satisfy me more than the richest feasts. I will praise you with songs and joy. I lie awake thinking of you, meditating on you through the night, because you are my helper. I sing for joy in the shadow of the wings. I cling to you. Your strong right hand holds me securely. But those plotting to destroy me will come to ruin. They will go down into the deeps of the earth. They will die by the sword and become the food of jackals. But the king will rejoice in God. All who swear to tell the truth will praise him, while liars will be silenced. So in the battle, when he was going through the situation, he was being persecuted. He wrote this psalm, and when you're closed in and there's nowhere to go, you might feel surrounded. And I like this because I can use it as a prayer. It's more like a praise prayer to the Lord. And David once again demonstrated that it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter the situation you're in, it doesn't matter how you feel. There's nothing impossible. The wilderness became his battleground, his place of worship. So today I would advise you to go somewhere in the house and make it your wilderness, your battlefield, ground, your place of worship, your place of intimacy with God, and that you're able to establish that place as the place that you're gonna spend a lot of time. And make sure that that you do the impossible to make the time to do that. It's very important, especially in the midst of the situations that we're going through. This is the only tools that we have to continue fighting the good fight. I leave you with this, and hopefully soon we'll be able to see each other. I encourage you to continue dancing, praising, worshiping, praying. I'm here for you, whatever you need. You guys can always reach out to me, and just wanted to show you some love through the word. And I'll see you until the next time. Remember always to be bold, be strong, and be hoper. Until the next time.